Okay. So it is super hot August in Illinois. That's right, Illinois. If you're keeping up, you know that I am in Illinois now. And a true Illinois person does not say Illinois. We are Illinois. So let me just give you the link to join me. You can join me on YouTube. You can join me on Facebook Live. Let me know where you're from. Renee, it has been a while. How are you? So I have a couple different decks to play with today. If you want to join me, I have the link down here. Rockford, I am very close to you. Denise, I am in Loves Park. Okay, if you want to join me, hit that link. It'll put you in my back room, and then I will bring you into the stream. I will show you my cute little co-host who is not handling the heat well. Yeah, right here. Yeah. So she has an appointment at Dave's Doggy Den or Dave's Doggy House, whatever it is, next week. Hey, Lisa. But she has been poorly neglected. She is Phyllis Diller right now. She is a mess. So they are going to give her a nice little puppy groom next week. And she will feel better. She is not handling the heat well today. She is just wanting to cling and be clingy and, oh, yeah, and lay like a baby in mama's arms. Yes. Huh. So, yeah, she's very clingy with me. But we're going to pull some cards for you and see what's going on. Should we tell them how you got a hold of a whole roll of paper towel in the bathroom the other day and shredded it, and we had paper towel snow in the bathroom? Yes. Little white dogs and paper snow. Couldn't find the dog through all the paper snow. Aha, Renee. Hello. Let me get you in. Hi, girl.
Hello.
Tell us where you're from.
Beloit.
Beloit. How are you?
Good.
So, what do you want to find out about today?
Whatever you have.
What's that?
Whatever you have for me.
Do you want a future kind of reading? Do you want more like other side? What do you want me to focus on?
Maybe,
I'm sorry.
maybe other side.
Okay, well, let me just get tuned in here and see what I can feel. Let me just open up. I'm going to ground you. I'm going to ground me. Take the elevator up. Okay, I have an older woman tapping her foot, and she has on like boat style. Oh, I don't know if boat style is the right term. It's almost like those Minnie Mouse shoes with a bow on the end, but not a bow. It's like a buckle. And but she has a larger foot. And these are kind of a tan shoe. And she's showing me that she had a career and she had to dress up for her career. And this is before women had careers. And she's tapping her foot. She's very persnickety. I feel like she's very much like if you don't do it right, she will tell you how to do it right. Now, I get like Elizabeth or Elsbeth or something like that with her name. Um, And I feel like she's on mom's side, but I feel like this is like mom's aunt. Would this make sense?
No, not familiar.
She makes me feel like she worked in an office or worked in the phone company and she had to dress nice. And I want to say she's 2 generations above you, but she's not grandmother. So, lay down. But I feel like there's an E, like Evelyn. There's an EL in there somehow. That doesn't connect to mom's side at all.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, just take that with you. You know how this works.
Yeah.
You'll end up later on messaging me. I just really feel strongly with this, but these are not cheap shoes. She's showing me like she spent money to go to work and she's very proud of it. And I'm going to say this is probably like in the late 50s. Yeah. Like early 60s. You know, when a lot of women didn't work and didn't spend money on clothing to work.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was seen as kind of silly. So that's really interesting. But she takes pride in that. But she's very persnickety about things like, if I tell you that you do it this way, you better do it this way. So I feel like, how can I say this? I feel like she was a good teacher, a good person to learn from, but you better learn it fast because she doesn't have patience. So I don't know if she was like a friend of your mother's or, you know, friend of grandma's or who this is, but boy, is she strong personality.
Huh.
Did grandpa marry twice?
On my dad's side.
Oh, hang on. What was the names of the women he married?
Blanche, Sarah.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, neither one of them were teachers.
No, and I feel like this is, how can I say this? This is on mom's side more, is what I'm feeling. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
And I feel like she couldn't speak at the end of her life, and that was very frustrating for her. So just understand that as well. And I feel like when you talk to somebody on mom's side of the family, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you didn't set the table wrong with her. You didn't, you know, like you did everything the way it should be done.
Yeah.
So,
No.
that's interesting. And I feel like somebody was an alcoholic, a male person in that family. So she shows me that there was an alcohol issue with a man.
Yeah, I think there's quite a bit of that on that side.
Okay. And she was not tolerating that. So that's funny. She's just somebody I wouldn't cross. There is a younger male, I feel like in your generation that I'm picking up as well, who makes me feel like boom and gone. And I just feel like this guy had a lot of weird injuries. He had a lot of weird things going on in his life. Like there was always something wrong. I don't know if he just got in a lot of fights or just was klutzy or what the deal was, but I feel like there was always something going on with him. And I keep hearing the name Bill connected to him, or Billy. Okay. and he shows me his passing. He makes my head hurt. He makes me feel groggy. So to me, that usually has to do with either morphine or drugs. So keep that in mind. That doesn't make any sense to you?
No.
Is there somebody younger than you that could connect to?
Morphine or I knew somebody that was around my age that died of like an accidental overdose. I don't think he really actually meant to.
That would make sense to me. Was he connected to a Bill or a Billy?
No.
Was there a lot of weird things with him where he ended up like having weird injuries or like hammering his thumb or doing dumb things like that a lot?
No.
Because he shows me like Tim the Tool Man Taylor, like doing stupid stuff.
No.
Okay, take it with you. You know how this works, I swear. I know. I never get too worried about it or upset because, people later on are like, oh my God. And he said, he's showing me somebody's birthday is close to Christmas. Would that be your husband?
No. My mom's birthday's close to Christmas. So is my sister's.
Okay. Then he might be connected more to your sister. So just keep that in mind. Usually when we can't like validate it, they're going to give me something we can validate. So just
actually the Billy might make sense.
Explain that.
She had a brother that had alcohol issues. I don't know a lot about it because I think it was before I was even born. And I think he was a roofer. So when you're saying
hammering his thumb,
yeah, could have been. Could make sense.
Okay.
I think he ended up. Can't remember. Ended up passing away, but I think it was like somebody might hit.
I feel like he may have been under the influence though, because I get a little groggy feeling like I'm on something or under the influence.
Always under the influence.
So see, isn't that fun? You never know who's going to come through or why they come through. But because of how he passed and because the door's open, he's going to come tearing through. I know that's weird, but it makes sense to me. And with him saying somebody's birthday is close to Christmas, he's bringing us around to it. And this Evelyn or Ella or whoever this is, it's going to hit you later just like this did. And you're going to be like, oh my God, she was a bitch. Mm-hmm.
That sounds like somebody that I wouldn't remember if you're saying like 50s, 60s, So, and
yeah,
we went super close on my mom's side, as far as knowing all the stories and stuff. So.
Yeah, I just feel like she wasn't the easiest person. Yes, Jess, that is the link to join, and we are live right now. So absolutely get in the back here. If you join us, you're going to be in the back room, and then I will pull you in when I'm ready for you. So hit the link. If I don't acknowledge you right away, just stay in the back until I bring you in. That's how it works, huh, Renee?
That is how it works.
Yes. I can see you. I just don't bring you through until I'm ready. So jump in the back room if you see the link. I'm going to put it in again. So yeah, now I do get a strong connection with dad's side of the family too. Is dad still here? Does he have a brother on the other side?
Yes, a couple of them.
Yeah, because I get a strong energy of same generation as dad. Are they like big outdoorsmen?
He was a farmer.
Okay.
Or my other uncle hunted a lot.
That's what I'm getting is the hunting, the outdoorsman hunting, like, you know, that kind of thing. Just showing me all that outdoorsman kind of thing. And he makes me feel like he could, oh, how can I say this? Argue his point. I don't know if it's about politics or what this is, but I feel like there was brothers that didn't agree on things, and there would be like strong arguments on that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
With his other brother, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's funny. I just feel like the arguments were lively, they were strong, but at the end, they knew that they still cared about each other. But when they were like going back and forth and making their point, they were making their point.
Hmm.
So that's interesting. Um, hmm. So you're married, right?
No, divorced.
Okay. Well, you know, divorce is a human contract. On the other side, divorce is you're still connected to that person when you get on the other side. We still got to work that shit out, like it or not. I know. I know, isn't it crazy? Like we think that we're done with that, but we're not. I don't even want to get into his family. That's a lot. Pushing him out the door. That could take hours. That's funny. That's too funny. That would be a lot. Anyway, let me just pull some cards for you here. Okay, so right now I'm pulling some tea leaf cards. It talks about good fortune coming your way if you kind of keep going, keep persevering, keep doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, it talks about this whole thing that leaves you wiser at the end. It hasn't been easy, but you come through it wiser at the end. So it feels like you've just kind of drug yourself through something recently, or you're still dragging through it, and it hasn't been easy. But it says family wishes do come true. So that's interesting. Does any of that make sense?
It could, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I usually just do kind of like a little 3-card spread. That was like 5 cards, but the tea leaf cards are really interesting. They kind of just tell a little story, and that just makes me feel like you've kind of drug yourself through the trenches. And
I was unemployed since the end of May. So yes, I've been dragging myself through those trenches.
And you found a job now?
Mm-hmm. They start on Monday.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So full moon. I'm pulling the witch cards now. Focus your energy on one thing under the full moon. So we're having another full moon at the end of August. And it's time to commit. So this is good. It's not exactly the job you wanted, but it's a good commitment for you right now. So that's interesting. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. thing is not working at all.
Right. What are you going to be doing?
It's an Iris consultant,
Okay.
so case management type work.
Well, I mean, I feel like one thing always leads into another.
Mhm.
That's always been my thing is one step leads into the next thing, and that's how you make things happen.
Mhm.
So, good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, do a little check-in. So, sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, who wants to join me? I'm going to post that link again. You can come in and join me. Hey, Lizzie. Okay, so if you click this link, it brings you into my back room. So we are sold out for Comedium. And okay, I got Josephine. And I'm almost sold out next week for my show. Just it's a little once a month group that I'm going to be doing at a Mexican restaurant, 10 people. So that's going to be fun. Hey, Josephine.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So
Been a while
where are you?
in Las Vegas.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Well, we're having Las Vegas type weather today.
Oh, good for you. Yeah,
Like
we're
100
very
degrees.
humid right now because we had rain yesterday.
Nice. It's like 100 degrees. It feels like 110. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because of the humidity. We're not used to humidity here.
Right. You're like in an oven out there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
How you been?
I've been good. You know, I'm closing my studio, so I'm trying to get that emptied out. And I have somebody picking up my church pews on Saturday. So, yeah, I'm just getting everything done. I did a couple readings here today. And, and let me just say this while I'm here. If you come to my house, because I'm working out of my house again, this doesn't count for you, Josephine, but for people who come to my house, if you come half an hour early, my neighbors are going to look at you suspiciously if you're sitting in your car. And if you come early, I'm probably going to be with somebody either in the house or online. So you can't be here early. Be 5 minutes early. That's it. Otherwise, go down to the park. It's just down the street. So, yeah, just sorry, PSA. It's so, because I've already had one of the neighbors comment about, like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I work from home. And, then I'm like, well, I have meetings from home too, but I don't really think I need to tell everything.
I was going to say, I hope you didn't tell her and just say I work from home and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I have meetings from home and I work from home, and that's all they need to know.
I'm a psychologist and I work from home.
Yep. Right. Because it's a lot of older people in my neighborhood, and I don't want them to get freaked out that somebody's sitting in their car for 40 minutes because they were that early. Like,
Right.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here online with another person who's in New York. So that's not fair to the other person.
Right.
So what are you looking for in your reading, Josephine?
Just general, but more when I had I fall and I have a lawyer on it, when I would get a settlement on it.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take a look. I mean, those things take a long time.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I get celebration, fun, and enjoyment. It's taking a chance. Your lawyer is a tiger, is what I'm being shown.
Yes.
Don't back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. So, yeah, Oh, it's funny. I got the card with the cane on it, and it says "Pay attention to your health." So that's what. Are you using a cane right now?
No.
Good. Um, I mean, so it does take a while. Sometimes it can take up to 3 years for those. You know.
Yeah, well, it happened in 21. So,
Oh, see, that would be right on time then. So
yeah,
if it takes 3 years, that would be like next year.
right.
Mhm.
Also, I'm involved in a house that is being rented right now, but we want to sell it when the lease is up. Um, will that happen?
Yeah, I think you can, but this person who's leasing it, they don't want to leave.
Yeah, well, we have to wait for the lease to be up.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be easy to sell, so that's not a problem.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's just super easy to sell.
good. Very good.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that at all. Um, but getting them out of there once their lease is up, that could be tricky.
Oh, I hope not.
Well, I just feel like they're going to be giving you a sob story. They can't find that kind of thing.
Right.
I mean,
To buy it.
well, there is a housing shortage, so yeah, they should buy it.
Yeah. You
Abs-
love it so much. Stay there and buy it.
Absolutely. No kidding. I mean, and they know you want to sell it.
No, no. The lease isn't up until March.
I would let them know that you're thinking about selling it when their lease is up and they should start saving for that down payment.
Okay. Yeah. She's a divorced woman and with 2 kids, and she moved out of her house, so I don't think it's like a big money problem.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think that there's a lot of things that can, especially if she's divorced with 2 kids, she can get like special loans and those kind of things. So,
Right. Right.
yeah. But she should have some preparation and be ready. So give her some options.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Okay, honey, I'm gonna get Rebecca in here. I see Jess and Connie waiting too. So
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Rebecca, oh, her chair is empty. Oh, how funny is that? Okay. Well, she took off. Hang on, let me bring in Jess. Hey, Jess. Rebecca's chair is empty. She went to do something else. So, where are you, Jess? Hang on, Rebecca. I brought Jess in while your chair was empty.
Oh, hi. All right. Do you want me to go backstage? I'm happy to.
No. Just stay there. I'll get to you in a minute. Just let me just do Jess,
Yep.
and then I'll get to you. So Jess, where are you from?
Juneau, Wisconsin.
Oh, I know Genoa.
Yeah.
Got pulled over for speeding there. Yep. I can't remember why I was speeding through there, but for some reason I was speeding and they pulled me over. That was that little Kia I had, and I would speed all over in that little 5-speed Kia. So what are you looking for in your reading?
Just whatever you have for me.
Well, let me just tune in and see what we can pick up on. Okay, so I get a male energy on the other side. He's at least a generation above you, and he shows me problems with feet.
Problems
So,
Eat, you said?
yes. Does this make sense?
No.
Yeah, heavy feet. So, swollen feet. I hear like Robert or R.O. This isn't for you, is it, Rebecca?
I don't know.
Okay. I just get low mobility at the end of his life. I feel he's showing me tying knots like a sailor or Navy man. So, because they have to know how to tie different knots, right? So I
Mhm.
feel like he was in the Navy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know. He shows me Robert, Bob, or Bobby.
Well, Robert Bob is my dad, but he's here. I mean, he's not. He's alive.
His dad gone?
No, my dad's here.
Okay. Somehow this connects to your dad.
Okay.
Somehow this connects to dad. I don't know if it's a friend of his. I don't know who this is, but he does feel just one generation above you. I feel like he did not take care of his health. I feel like there was some diabetes issues or something like that.
Okay.
But he is mentioning your dad's name, and I did feel like there was something about connected to dad.
Okay.
I know. But dad wasn't in the military.
No, my dad's eyes are really bad. They wouldn't even accept him.
Well, this is somebody he knew who went to the Navy.
Okay.
That's where you have to learn how to tie different knots, right?
Right.
Okay. I mean, maybe you have to do that in Marines too. I don't know. I don't know shit about the service.
No, me either.
Did your dad have some digestive problems right now or stomach issues?
He had some heart issues a couple years back.
Okay, this guy is showing me he needs to watch out for like ulcers and right here.
Well, with all of the soda drinking, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. Yeah, esophageal. Sorry, I was like right here. Yeah, the esophagus. So yeah, there's something going on there.
Okay.
Yeah, soda's never good for that.
No.
I don't know. I feel like this guy has something to do with the family, like family friend, or he knows the family. I don't know that he's related,
Okay.
but he wanted to mention your dad's name, so I do feel like he's connected to dad's family,
Okay.
which is weird. And do they call your dad Bobby like when he was younger?
Yeah, I mean, Bobby, I guess, yeah.
And did your dad ever race? Was there a group of friends or somebody who raced or this guy is showing me a number on a car.
I don't think so, but I mean, I vaguely remember something about like ice racing when we were kids, but it wasn't my dad doing the racing. I mean, I don't even know if there is ice racing in our area anymore because we don't even get cold enough anymore.
Ice racing?
Yeah, like, they race on the lake when it's frozen.
Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even think we get that much ice anymore here. I mean, it's been years since we had a really good, cold, bad winter.
Yeah, let's not do that. I don't know. That's so weird, but there's a story about somebody racing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So check with dad.
Yep.
I feel like this is all connected to dad somehow. And your dad's going to be like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the person on the other side has a weird name. It's like Ivan, or it's weird. It's not a typical name.
Well, my dad's dad was Buck, and he's not here. But he died when I was a child. I, don't even really remember much.
Do you know if he had problems with his feet?
No, but I do. I know he died at home in bed. He had the C word. I don't say the C word. Cancer. I don't know what kind. I was too little.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like,
But yeah, I don't know.
and that may be why he comes through almost like in your dad's generation. So that's interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he had, maybe this is one of Dad's friends, but I don't.
It's
I
an
don't know.
odd name, and I don't know that Buck would be an odd enough name.
Okay.
But because I mean, I would get that. I think I would get Buck.
Hmm.
But this feels like a really odd name.
Okay.
So it feels like, somebody who named their kid a name that is, this is going to sound so awful. So it's like somebody who named their kid Carlos, but they're not Latin or Mexican.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
All right.
So you're like, why would they do that? Like, oh, I just like the name. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yep. Okay.
So it feels like a different kind of name that is more like connected culturally to something, but they're not connected to that culture.
All right.
I know.
Gosh.
That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy.
Mhm.
So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay, Jess, I'm going to go to Rebecca.
Okay.
Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Yes, you take care.
You too.
Rebecca, where are you from?
I grew up in Wisconsin, but I live in New York now.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, where in Wisconsin?
Baraboo area.
I'm going to be in Baraboo.
When?
I'm going to, in October, I booked a night at a coffee shop and we sold out in 2 days.
Oh,
So
okay.
I booked the next night and tickets are selling for that. So, but I've
I
done a
will
lot
tell-
of things in Baraboo.
I will tell some people. I know.
Yeah, it's at Nautical Coffee Shop.
Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy because I'm decorating my whole living room in this nautical theme right now, which is like so funny to me, all the weird synchronicities.
Oh, for
So-
sure.
I know. Isn't that funny though?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited and I think we're gonna do it like every other month. So I'm gonna be up there often. So I am really, really excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's small group readings. Everybody gets a reading.
Oh,
So,
that's great.
yes, it's not like a big group where, there's people left out or anything. So I'm very excited. So what are you looking for in your reading?
Just kind of a check-in about, I think, current things, current and future.
Let me just tune into you here. Okay. Do you have some lower back pain?
Not right now, but it's like it's an issue I have, and sometimes it flares up.
Yeah, I can feel something going on there. I mean, when I pick that up in people's chakras, it definitely feels like, how can I say this? It's just a resonant thing that if it's in the chakra, it stays in the chakra until you release it. So, I also picked something up in your heart chakra too. I don't know who you're worried about. Do you have an adult son?
Yes.
Is there something going on with him?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ongoing. Like, I would like for him to launch.
Okay. Yeah, it just feels like a worry or a concern about adult son in the heart chakra.
Okay.
So, and
That makes sense.
I identify with that. I know
Right?
that feeling. Yeah. Holy cow. Huh. How old is he?
22.
Oh, well, he's still young. He's
Yeah.
a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby. He's got lots of room to grow. So you want him to launch. He's just brand new in the world.
Right. Right.
Yeah. It's when they launch that it gets scary. Believe me.
All right. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah. So the first thing that comes out is money path. So a path with money is waiting for you to find it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes. So that's really interesting. I don't know if it's a side hustle. I don't know what this is, but it shows you've been in a financial kind of weird thing and it's time to get out of this. So that's interesting.
I am all for that.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. And this could come through dealing with a man with darker skin, darker hair, who comes forward with an idea, and you guys kind of merge ideas, but don't partner up.
Okay.
So that's interesting. But it looks good. I mean, I always feel like we find our path. You know, it finds us, whatever. So, especially once those kids are grown, we can kind of like spread our wings and do what we're meant to do.
Right. Right.
So, yeah, that'll be super fun. What do you do now?
I'm a marketing consultant,
Okay.
and and I do have a side hustle. So
Okay. Interesting. Anything you want to advertise?
not yet.
Okay. But you wanted to take off at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, good, good. I mean, I think it will. So I'm not feeling bad about that at all.
All right. Great.
Yeah. So is that your little pup barking?
Yes. Little pup with the big bark.
What kind?
A Shorkie, a Shih Tzu, and Yorkie.
Oh. This one. I'm gonna wake her up. She's sleeping. Yeah, look at this messy girl.
Is she a Morkie?
She is a Maltese.
Maltese. Okay.
But she's a mess.
Yeah.
We're calling her Phyllis Diller right now.
Oh my God, that's so perfect. Hey, come
Yeah.
on. Come on.
She has an appointment next week, but I think this heat is just getting to her.
Oh yeah. We clipped him close down last week.
That's
Just to,
what we're doing.
yeah.
She needs a puppy groom. She's just laying here not enjoying anything right now. She just wants to be clingy.
Right.
And it's not fun for her, and I can't take her outside or anything.
No, it's too hot. It's too hot.
Yeah. And but she honestly is the love of our lives.
Aw.
You know,
Don't tell your son.
he told my daughter, your mother needs to treat her dog like a dog.
Your mother. That's funny.
Yeah, you know how that goes. Because she is very, very, very. I mean, I cook for her. Like, I cook her food. But, you know, one batch makes 22 bags of food.
Right, which is different than cooking for your son.
Yes. Yes.
The
And,
food goes further.
yeah, and she has a whole wardrobe. I mean, you know, like, yeah, she has a car seat. So, yeah. She's our baby. But you said you have the Morkie, or you have the Shih Tzu.
Yeah, Shorkie. Yeah, Shih Tzu Yorkie.
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
The Morkies are cute as hell too.
Yeah, they really are.
I
they
just don't
really
want
are.
another dog I have to groom. It's so expensive.
No, exactly. So
So-
that's why we shave him and then let it grow. So
Well, we're looking for a plug. Mhm. We're putting that out in the universe right now.
those are like they have a special place in my heart because we had them when I was in high school. My family did.
Oh, they have such big personality.
Yeah, and they're hilarious.
I know. So we definitely want pugs. And that's been something I've been kind of putting out in the universe to
Mhm.
bring me a pug.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, we're just waiting for the right one to come along.
And there might, there are rescues for specific breeds, so you should look up,
I have
pug
been.
rescues. Yeah.
I have been, but rehoming fees are like $600. So I don't know. That seems excessive for rescue. I think that's excessive for a rescue.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they go for, as puppies, but
Well, they're expensive as puppies. I paid a lot for her.
yeah.
But, if I'm going to go through a rescue, and I would not rescue a puppy, I would rescue an older dog.
Right.
And I'm not going to pay $600
Yeah.
for an older dog.
Right. Right.
So I think that as a rescue, you should not have to pay $600 for a rehoming fee. So just my thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Different strokes.
we sure enjoy her. So Ken gets home every night and just loves the shit out of her.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for
Thank
being
you so
patient.
much.
Yes,
No, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. See you again. Bye.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Good. It's nice to meet you.
You too. Where are you from, Connie?
Originally from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and currently I live in Janesville.
Okay. Well, I have molested the Bart Starr statue in Green Bay. You give me a statue, I'm going to get my picture taken holding its junk. So, when we were up at Wisconsin Dells, I had to grab Paul Bunyan at the Paul Bunyan restaurant. And my daughter was like, "Mother," and the guy behind us was giggling. I heard him giggle because, I had to grab Paul Bunyan's junk. Like, when are you not going to grab Paul Bunyan's junk, right? So, yes, I have done a lot of work in Green Bay. So I need to get up there. My friend is moving up to Kaukauna, I think, or just bought a house up there by Kaukauna. So I'm going to be doing a lot of work up there. But you're in Janesville. So I do a lot of things in Janesville and Beloit. So, yeah. So for those who don't know, I'm going to be doing once a month Mystic Monday at the Rock in Beloit. So I'm very excited about that. So anyway, what are you looking for in your reading?
Well, I'm looking for maybe a couple of answers if I can, depending on who will show up and talk.
So you want other side stuff or future?
Other side.
Okay, well, let me see what I can do here. Let me just open up. Do you have a male energy who was a bricklayer or a mason? Or is there something about brick that needs to be tuck pointed or fixed in your house? I got somebody showing me laying brick.
Not that I can think of.
That's interesting. I mean, he's very specific. He shows me his hands, like weathered hands, and he shows me like taking the trowel and slapping on the stuff and throwing the brick on, and the trowel and the brick and the trowel and the brick. And he has gray wavy hair, lots of it. And kind of a gait when he walks, like a crooked, like a hip problem. And he mentions Dan.
Dan?
Mm-hmm. Is that an ex of yours?
Mm-mm.
Who's Dan to you?
What was that?
Who is
Sorry.
Dan to you? Anybody?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. He's like Dan, Danny, Dan. Andy shows me Florida. Not like living in Florida, but back and forth, somebody going back and forth.
My aunt goes back or was going back and forth to Florida. Maybe it has something to do with her.
Is her husband passed?
Yes,
What's your aunt's name?
Florence.
Okay. Check and see if this has to do with her.
Okay.
Do you know what her husband's name was?
Well, she was married twice. So, I'm I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's kind of funny, but they're going to keep giving me information usually until you go, oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. But I just check and see if this has to do with Florence. This might have been one of her husbands.
Okay.
Is your birthday in September?
My dad's birthday was in September.
Okay, because somebody is telling me birthday in September, and Dad's on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. Dad's on a boat on the other side. That's interesting. Was he a fisherman?
No, but my fiance was.
Oh, they're all coming in together. Hang on. Well, Dad's with your fiance on a boat. That's
Okay.
fun. They're hanging out together on this boat.
I would think it might be his dad, but I don't know. He didn't know my dad because my dad had passed away.
Dad, or
but-
they're all your group on the other side. Yeah, they're all, your dad would have still welcomed him. Your fiance is very confused about his passing. I feel like something hit him before he knew what hit him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he was somewhat responsible for the choices that led to his passing, correct?
Yeah.
He was reckless. But he's like, he's like, he goes, I don't know what hit me. So that's interesting. And your dad had heart issues?
My dad? Yeah. So did my brother.
Okay. And your dad shows me shoulder pain, heart issues, all kinds of stuff like that. Your fiance, he's very cagey with me, showing me like he just was shocked. But he had risky behavior, right?
Well, he'd had in the past, yeah, this is one of the things that I wanted to know is what happened that morning that he passed, because I'm the one who found him.
Well, he takes responsibility, but then he's like, I don't know what happened. So I feel like he's showing me he did what he normally did, but this time it was too much. Does that make sense?
A little bit.
This time it was too much. Did you have a tox screen done?
Yeah.
And did that show what was going on?
Well, it showed there was alcohol in his system.
But no drugs.
So no drugs other than like Alka-Seltzer cold medicine, because I know he took that. I mean, he was on medications like prescriptions, but not like any.
Well, that's why you keep
illegal
saying
drugs.
I did what I normally did, but this time it was too much. So that's weird.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be drinking. So I don't know if that's what he normally did, then I question my relationship. And that it could very well be.
Well, he keeps saying I had risky behavior. I take responsibility for this. Was he on a medication where he shouldn't have been drinking, like that would counteract with the alcohol?
Oh, probably, yeah. I'm sure. Because he was on like gabapentin and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that'll mess you up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And gabapentin is weird with everybody. Like one person it affects in one way, and one person it affects another way, and yeah, and a lot of people get really depressed on gabapentin.
Well, he was on antidepressants too. But he had like massive anxiety and stuff like that. But I was just wondering if this, part of this was because of me.
No.
And I don't know if you can like ask him questions.
Kind of. It's like
But
playing charades. It's kind of like playing charades. I can't guarantee I'm going to pick up what they're sending, but we can try.
Okay. Like, I just wanted to know if he wanted to be buried with me or if he wanted to be at his family's plot without me. You always talked about being buried together, but that's not going to happen at his family plot because we were just engaged. We never got married.
Is his family kicking up a stink?
The oldest sister is, and like the ex-wife and his kids sort of are, but they didn't even have anything to do with him.
Did you have him cremated?
Yes.
So bury half there and half with you.
Yeah. Then I gotta buy 2 headstones and everything else. So I guess I'm not rich over here.
Well, they can buy their family headstone for him. You buy them one.
Oh no. There's a family plot, but there's not a family headstone. Each person has to buy their own headstone.
Well, if they want him over there, throw half his ashes over there, and you pay for the headstone that goes next to you. That's fair. That is more than fair. I think that is like being totally cool with it and saying, listen, I'm not going to do this all or nothing. Here you go. Put them where you want. But I'm not paying for the headstone. Why should you? You're not married.
No, but I was beneficiary of everything, so that's their issue too. They're like, oh, I was under the impression there was insurance for this. And, his sister took it upon herself to buy a $150 necklace to put his remains in and for his mother and put that all on the tab, which I thought if that's all I got to do to, kind of shut him up and make peace, then that's okay. But like now they just want to like dictate everything, and I'm not even ready to go through and put him in the ground yet. I'd rather just hang on to him and then bury him with
That's
me.
what I would do. They got the necklaces, let them have that. You don't have to bury the ashes.
I just don't want like a lot of hard feelings, but I think no matter what way I
They're
go,
going
there's
to
gonna
have
be.
hard feelings no matter what, because here's the thing, people don't, and I wish people would learn to understand that they can share grief. But people want to hold their grief to themselves and be, how can I say this, greedy about their grief. And they want to be the ones who love them the most and grieve the most, which is fucking insane. And then they want to have their way. So then it becomes power grief, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like when it starts getting like that, you can't, it's a no-win situation. It is a no-win
Yeah.
situation.
Well, his other sister says like what you're saying. She's like, well, I think if you want to hang on to him, you can. And he's cremated, so there's no reason for him to have to be buried. And
Exactly.
but she was involved with us, you know, because she lives down here too, and so she knew how we were and stuff. So she's
Yes. So she is a
she's
voice of
my
reason.
best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think as long as you have her saying, you know, being a voice of reason, that makes sense to me. And I love that you at least have her to speak for you with the family.
Hmm.
If you ever want to give them an urn with some ashes, they can do with it what they please.
They already have it.
Then
I didn't even want him like split up or anything, but you know, we weren't married, so I really didn't have much say in that. So I let him do all that, and so the kids all got a little like keepsake urn with his ashes in it, and
honestly, that's all you need to do. Your job
Okay.
is done. Don't let them manipulate you. If they want to put a headstone up, a small headstone up with his name on it, that's up to them. But your job is done.
Well, I talked about doing something out at the cemetery because my family wasn't allowed to go to the funeral.
You know what? I would put a bench up at a walking path. So
Like
the
at
path
out
we
at
walk on has benches that have like a plaque on them. Do that.
Mhm.
Do that.
And at the cemetery.
It doesn't matter. Somewhere close to
Oh.
them where they can go sit and honor him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
that's what I would do.
Okay.
You know, where they can just feel like something's been done in his honor. Like this walking path I go on, it has a ton of like little bricks with like memorials on them and names and dates of people's birth and death and things like that. There might be a walking path by them that you can do something like that on too. So much cheaper than buying a whole headstone.
Okay. Have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
and that way they can't say that you didn't honor him. But they just want, how can I say that? They want to win the game. And there's
Yeah, I'm
there's
stubborn
no
though.
way to win.
And then I had another question, but I don't know if that person's even around here today. So, and that would be my
We're going to
mom.
stop with this because I have to get going anyway. So, but come back another time and we'll definitely try and do that one. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I know I have people in the back room, but I do have to make dinner. Ken's going to be here. He just sent me a text. So I am going to end this. I will be back on in a couple days. I appreciate you guys all popping in. So take care and I will see you soon.